Jackson Madden with Team on the Grind, and who do we have here?
James Wright.
And what do we end up doing?
We got second at Top Cut's Black Rose Dragon tournament last weekend.
Nice, nice. What'd you end up playing?
The deck that I play basically 24/7 at this point, X-Sabers.
Nice, nice. Any shout outs you want to give or anything you want to say before we get into the video?
Oh yeah, shout out on the Grind, shout out O.T.G, HT19, all the peeps in Chicago. Shout out David for topping our BET. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Let's get to that deck.
So we we're playing the 3 Fall Troll. There's people who play 2, but I think those people are basically insane. This card is so good. We're playing the 3 Full Helm Knight. Again, card is insane. Eats up Rykos like it's crazy, and is mandatory. 3 Ember's Blade, because it's Ember's Blade. It's just makes our deck so much more consistent. We just have access to every monster in our deck, basically all the time. 3 Arabellum, because we have to, not because we want to. I mean, it's a good card, but we wish it was like Dark Soul or something else in this format, but yeah. Arabellum MVP. Then we have the 1 Cat, the 1 Sangan, and the 1 Monk that all functionally are Cat. They're pretty good. Also Giant Rat, another card that functions like a cat. There was actually a game in top 8 when I was playing against Hero Beat where I set the Giant Rat. He attacked into it with a Stratos and I summoned Cat off it, and he then said the words, "Am I about to lose the game?" because I didn't summon an alias so his Spark was live, and it did indeed lose him the game. So yeah, MVP 1 of Rat. And then all the 3 1-of monsters, 1 Raigagura for the hand loop, 1 Raikou for mostly a cat target, but it's also just a generic good card. It punishes people, for thinking of what our sets are. Same thing with Morphing Jar. Insane card is insane. It won me probably 2 of my however many games I played that day. It was very, very good. Next we're going to go on to the spells. Playing the 1-of level limit. The 1-of 1 for 1. This is just a combo card. This is a control card. If you open them, you can kind of change your play patterns depending. The 1-of Mine and the 1-of Brain, these are just good. They make opening Arabellum reasonable, just because you can take their guy, attack with your Arabellum, and rip a card, and then make a synchro play. The 1-of Cold Wave, 1-of Trunade, 1-of Heavy, and 1-of MST, just the spell and trap card Hate that just tells we get the combo off and our opponent doesn't get to interact. It's very good. The 2 Gold Sark, because it's anything we need. It can be a Fall Troll, it can be a Monk, it can be a Cat, it can be absolutely anything we need. Here's my Copium of 2 Avarice. Again, you could maybe cut 1 of these for something, but I love double Avarice. It is so good. Then 3 Book of Moon, because this card's insane with basically everything. Lets you combo. Is a interaction for synchro plays. Also great in the Blackwing matchup. Just denies them a search. 2 Gotham's Ecall. And 1 Call of Haunted. You could technically make this a 30 call if you really wanted to, but I like Call of Haunted's versatility. Also, there was a game in my last round of Swiss where I had Cat plus this, and I summoned Cat, tributed it, summoned double Arabellum, called it back, summoned an Arabellum plus a Raikou, and just went off. And then 3 power spells. 1 Mirror...
Power Traps.
Yeah, so my apologies. Yeah, I don't know how to speak. 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential Tribute, and 1 Solemn Judgment.
Anything you would change in the main deck?
I don't think so. At this point, I mean, maybe an Avarice. It's the 1 flex spot, but I've always just felt so much in love with Pot of Avarice. It's a drug, drawing 2 cards in this format. Now we're going to go into the extra deck. For the 9s, we have 2 Gothams, 1 Mistworm. You definitely go into 2 Gothams some of the time, and Mistworm is just insane because, you push for a game some of the times. And also weirdly lets you like play around gores. You can like attack with 3 guys, and then if they gores you, you can bounce it back, and then like you can just respect the gores the rest of the game. For the 8s, we're playing Stardust Dragon and Colossal. This also again lets you play around gores. You can just like attack in with it freely, and if they have a gores, then you can like, what are they going to do? Attack into their token into the Colossal or whatever. Like it, it's a good card. Also, this is Stardust is just Stardust. I go into this a lot, which you would think that I wouldn't, because it's like it's an 8, so it's hard to make. But yeah, on for the 7s. 1 Black Rose, 1 Urbellum, and 1 Arcanite. They're just generic. I probably go into the probably the Urbellum the most, maybe Arcanite. I don't know. I rarely ever go into Black Rose, but when I do, it's insane. On to the 6s. Brio, Goyo, and Hyunlei. Oh, and I will still never know how to say this man's name.
Urquiza.
Yeah, that guy. All great. This is the only flex spot in the extra, but I think it's probably necessary. The amount of times I've won the game because of this card and the Spirit Reaper. Did
you ever miss the second Hunlei?
No. If you really need to go into a second Hunlei, like, I don't know what happened in that game, but like, it's just not a, what's the word? Not a thing you need to do basically ever. Usually the first one resolves and you win. If it gets Starlight Roaded, like whatever, you probably weren't going to win that game anyway. The card we won for getting second, I had a secret prior to this, but I had to upgrade to the O.T.G, and it is pretty hot, I'm not going to lie. And then on to the 4s, the 1-off Armory Arm, because it comes up every once in a while. Some people play 2 of this card, and I think that's well, it's probably fine, but I don't necessarily think I need it. I've never come up to a point where I needed the second one. And then 1 Chimera Tech for Cyber Dragon in the side. And now on to the side. The side is where the big change happened. Well, actually, maybe not big change. And I'll talk to when we get to it, but my side deck has changed since what was that place called?
TGS.
Yeah, since TGS, my side deck has changed a bunch because I've just learned a lot since then. But there's some cards that have stayed the same, but we'll get into that. 3 Imperial Iron Wall, card's insane, wins you so many games for free. Like, you just play against Vayu or like Deep Prison Bottomless decks, or yeah, basically like just win so many games for free. Same thing with Royal Decree. Again, like you just like tell Blackwing they just don't get to play the game. It's pretty insane. Here's some of the new cards I've. So Double Light Imprisoning Mirror. I swear I don't have a problem with continuous trap cards in my side deck. But again, Fairy is a pretty hard matchup, and this card tells Fairy they don't get to play the game. So there's some other reasons to side deck it as well. Like if you're like really scared of Lilas and like Lightsworn cards or whatever, this card's pretty good as well. Yeah. 2 Prohib. This game won me multiple Hero Beat games. My worst matchup is Hero Beat probably, or maybe Fairy. I don't know. But like the fact that this card interacts with Alias in like the good ways, like they can use it for fusion material and stuff. It's just so good, and like it is good in other matchups too. You just name things. There was actually a game, my last game of Swiss. I named Gores against my Lightsworn Machina opponent, and I had full combo, named Gores. He went, okay, you got it, man. And I was just like, I wonder if he had Gores in his hand. But yeah, this card like people need to side deck this card more. It is so good, especially if you're a good player and you just know what to name. And for the monsters, we're playing 2 Thunder King and 2 Kaiku. Shout out to Derek, the owner of Quality, the place that we currently are. He's letting me borrow these. He's the MVP. Yeah, you just side these in against like Deck Death things, or like Hero Beat, or Hero Frog, or Vayu. These cards are just ubiquitously pretty good. My only quarrel with some of them is like some people say that this card should go in against frogs, and I'm not entirely sure on that. The fact its attack stat is 18 is just like not 2,000, but like it's still probably good enough. And then the 2 Sidra. I sided into this a lot. I probably sided into it more than I probably should, but I'll do this a lot where I'll side out of 1 for 1 and Regigura if I'm going second, because like the hand loop sometimes doesn't do a lot, and so like we just side into these, and it's like this generic going second cards versus like the generic going first cards, and I've really liked doing that. Yeah, that is the deck.
Nice. Anything else you'd like to say?
Shout out Flash of Blades on YouTube. Definitely not me. Yeah, X-Saber best deck.
All right, guys. Can't wait to see your next deck profile. Probably the exact same deck. See you guys next time.